I wanted to go into a response to the Family Research Council, which is the one who did the video that I am responding to. How can you sleep at night? Do you not have any problem lying constantly to the American public and think, sure, I'll keep lying, but eventually, no one is eventually going to catch on to it. The hate crimes bill, hundreds of thousands of gays and lesbians, transsexual, bisexual, and also handicapped who are being assaulted in this nation simply because of who they are, who they love, or either an accident of birth or an accident that happened in their life. That's it. That's all it says. No more, no less. Okay? It does not preclude preachers from going into their churches and preaching against being gay, being straight, being bisexual, being transgender, being whatever. You can do it all you want. That's called the First Amendment. Okay? This also doesn't preclude them going in and talking ill about gay marriage. It doesn't in any way, shape, or form. All it simply says is that if you go out and attack someone for being part of these groups, okay, based on their sexual identity, sexual orientation, or a handicap, then guess what? You're going to get an extended sentence. That's all it says. No more, no less. Okay? This whole fear of, oh, if it happens, you can't express your, hatred towards gays. First off, that would be bad. Why? But there's also a thing called the First Amendment. The West Borough Baptist Church is still going to go out there and do go out there and have their God hates fags shit all the time, God hates America shit. And yes, and I love the fact that they're actually supporting the Westboro people. They're supporting the God hates fags people. Do they just want to keep burying themselves deeper into obscurity by doing such things instead of coming to the realization that we need to have equal protection for everybody, and once you create an even playing field, and then at that point we can then work on everything else? No. What they want is they want people to live their way and believe how they do, and they want to hide their heads in the sand and hope that people who are gay or lesbian or bisexual or transgender will just disappear. Sorry, it ain't gonna happen. The reality is, and this is the simple reality, is that the hate crimes bill will be passed. It will be signed into law. Then there will be a non-discrimination employment and housing act, which will go into law. Okay, which will say you cannot discriminate on somebody based on if they're gay, they're lesbian, or transgender, or bisexual on housing and employment. Okay, which is existing in other states. And yes, that will then also then work its way into the full-on, non-discrimination acts. And guess what? Yes, that will lead to gay marriage. Okay, that will also lead to the end of Don't Ask, Don't Tell, and will allow the gays and lesbians and the bisexuals and the transgenders and the people with disability to live in this country without fear of losing their job or losing their home or having to walk the streets and worry about being assaulted any more than anybody else, because if they get assaulted, it becomes a larger crime to do so. Just as if you went out and attacked somebody who was black or Asian, or hell, if there was a group of black kids targeting a group, a white kid because he was white, that's considered a racial hate crime. But yet, this doesn't mean shit to you, does it? I can go and spend hours debunking everything that you said. I could have sat there and debunked every single thing that you said. And the simple fact is that marriage equality is going to happen. This shit is going to happen, and you have either one of two choices: either get on the right side of history or get on the wrong side of history. It's going to happen. There is no, Is it or isn't it? It is. Absolutely 150%. It is going to happen. So you got two choices. Jump on the ship or keep going down this road, and more people will start peeling away from you as younger voters and immigrant voters realize who you are and what you are, and you start destroying yourself. Self-destruction seems to be a pattern with you people, and honestly, it's time that we all see it. And and anybody who's over on your side, you don't need to jump to my side, but jump off their ship, because you know what, another party will come up that's more reasonable and responsible. Until then, this is a waste of your time and my time, and it's totally stupid. So, the Family Research Council, just keep lying, and you're going to keep getting called out on your lies, and eventually you're going to lose.